Greetings, football family. Welcome to another episode of Ballchat Podcast, the Super Bowl Sunday edition of Ballchat Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, part of the Ballchat family. My name is Benton, along with the rest of the football family. Come on, Junior. Well, go on, family. How things?
Well, I'm there, you know. Junior, how you feeling?
Come on, Benton. You wait, those guys just asked me how I'm feeling. Wagwan.
Yes.
Great question. We don't deserve an answer.
Don't. Okay, Jose.
All right, Josie Junior.
Okay, Jose Jr. Football family, Ball Chat Podcast, all about reviewing the week's major news in the world of football. We have a lively show ahead of us today. We're going to discuss Man City versus Liverpool in the big matchup in the EPL. We'll also discuss Andres Villas-Boas getting sacked at Marseille. Andres Villas-Boas says he's ticked off by the board making a decision that he doesn't agree with. We'll also discuss Jose Mourinho not giving an answer. We'll also have Yard Ballers and Women's Football Report as Jamaican Football Federation was told to cease and desist by this Minister of Sport. We'll discuss that in our Yard Ballers segment. But we'll start off at the top of the show with Ballers and Bugs. Ballers being the impressive players of the week and Bugs being the unimpressive players of the week. If you're watching us on Flow Sports YouTube page, Ball Chat YouTube page, or Ball Chat Facebook page, or Ball Chat Twitter, you can take part in the show. Send on your Ballers and Bugs. Junior, come on. You ready? Come on. Who do you have as your ball of the week watching football?
I would give it to Foden. I mean, his goal was good, and I have always said that I'm not impressed by him, but he has proved me wrong. The past 3 games, he has really been good, and now I wonder if I should stop making fun of Pep, because Pep did say that he was a wonderful footballer. So I'm going to give it to him as my baller, and I also want to give it to my Messi, who came on and saved Barcelona. He came on in the 54th minute and scored in the 57th minute to give Barcelona, bring them back level, because Betis was really balling them. So I give it to Foden and I give it to Messi.
I figure with $500 million salary over 4 years, you could come back and save Barcelona. Come on's ball of the week. Bring up the general Lionel Messi and Phil Foden. Junior family, who do you have as your ball of the week, as in impressive players of the week?
Why my ball of the week? I'm going to give it to AC Milan. It seems like a broken record, but that team, they could have easily wilted under the pressure of Inter Milan. I would say Juventus now. I think Juventus is behind on 5 points of that game in hand, I believe. So AC Milan, through Zlatan's injury, through don't play, and they still figure a way out to maintain their lead in Italian league. So I have to give it to AC Milan for sure. I have to give it to the whole Manchester City. I mean, last year we gave it to Ruben, but I have to give it to the whole team because they seem like they are on a mission that they are not going to lose. And big up to Pep. Pep is showing why he's still regarded as one of the best coaches in world football.
AC Milan and Pep Guardiola, the entire Manchester City team getting a ball of the week from Junior. My ball of the week, as an impressive player of the week, I have to give Raheem Sterling a big ball of the week. I thought he was instrumental in Manchester City beating the brakes off Liverpool 4-1. We'll get to that as we discuss that game later on in the show. And I also want to give a ball of the week to Manchester United. Anytime you can score 9 goals in one game, beat and teach Southampton and in the midweek, I thought that was an impressive performance. A ball of the week to them. Now let's get to our bug of the week, unimpressive players of the week. Come on, who do you have as your bug of the week watching football?
Whew, I have a list. I have a long list. So I want to give it to Allison. Allison today, made some bloopers. And then, I want to give it to Klopp for making a silly excuse to say that Allison's feet were cold. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he never wear extra socks. I don't know what. Can't be nervous because Allison is a professional football player for years. So I don't know why. And I want to give it to Josie. Tottenham, yes, won today, but they've not been impressive. And I don't know why he brought Bale to have him on the bench. And when you ask him, then he wants to give you a non-answer. So Alison, Klopp, and Jose, those are my bugs of the week.
Alison, Clapp, and Jose Jr. We're not wasting any time because it's Super Bowl Sunday. Who do you have as your bug of the week, boss? The unimpressive players of the week.
Why, whoever forget to do the maintenance on the fridge, because the compressor did out in Harry Maguire head a couple times yesterday in the 3-3 draw. So definitely him. I have to give it to Liverpool. I have to give it to Liverpool fans too, because the whole of the fans were trying to find somebody to blame instead of blaming who really needs to take the blame, which is Klopp. Klopp needs to take the blame for what's going on at Liverpool. It's supposed to come in from a mile away, and unfortunately they have injuries, and the injuries just exasperated what they're going through. But this we'll talk about it. But definitely Klopp, Harry Maguire with the brain farts. Oh, one big bug. The stupid English bias media. All right, it needs to stop now. Stop it. Stop it. We'll find a reason for blame everybody except Harry Maguire. And my blood pressure just go up a while ago. Jamie Vardy, when Jamie Vardy came out for Leicester, Jamie Vardy is irreplaceable. Who? Irreplaceable? Come on, man. Give Wolverhampton them credit. And stop. The bias media need to stop. The English bias media. You know what? Let me take blood pressure, please.
All right, Junior. We'll get to Harry Maguire Junior later on in the show. As Harry Maguire is getting the bug of the week, and the biased English media celebrating English players. It's long time thing that, Junior. My bug of the week. I got two bugs of the week. First bug, I want to give it to Stuart Baxter, former manager of Odisha FC in the Indian Super League. Odisha FC lost in the game on Monday night, and former manager Stuart Baxter said, quote, "I don't know when we're going to get a penalty. I think one of my players would have to rape someone or get raped himself if he was going to get a penalty," end quote. So he's out of a job. I don't know why the heck he's equating getting raped or raping someone to getting a positive call. So he get a bug of the week from Stuart Baxter, former England under-19 head coach, very prominent in English football development, but now he's out of a job, has been former coach of the Odisha FC in the Indian Super League. And I want to give a bug of the week also to Terry Fenwick, head coach of TNT, the Soca Warriors, big side down in the Twin Island Republic. Terry Fenwick and the Soca Warriors got 7 from Team USA last Sunday. And Terry Fenwick had the audacity to say, quote, "I had 6 players started the game that I had not seen before in flesh. I expected more. I expected better. We didn't perform." What kind of foolishness is that? Is this what? Chicken and beer football? You had 6 players that you started that you'd never seen before? Bug of the week for Terry Fenwick. And the funny thing about it, Terry Fenwick is getting $20,000 a month. And he says he has 6 players that he hadn't seen before. All right, those are the ballers and bugs. Football family, if you have ballers and bugs, send them on. Let's get to our football roundup. Let's start off with the EPL. Big game. Manchester City versus Liverpool. Is the title race over? Come on.
For who? For who? For who, Benton?
For the EPL. I mean, there are those in the media who are proclaiming that it is over.
That's madness. That's just ridiculous. That's foolishness. I mean, there are so many games left. They're not behind by 20 points. It's like 3 wins. I mean, no, I really don't see. It's gonna be tight, but I don't see them not being in the title race. I really don't see. So I still think that they have a good chance.
Okay, so you think there's still a title race?
Of course.
Okay.
There's still a title race.
You're still a title race. Junior, what is going on with Liverpool, and what did Liverpool did so poorly and Manchester City did so well?
Liverpool, they're just an injured bunch. Their top 11 is injured, and the front three is not firing. That front, Salah has not played well since the Champions League year. I know he's lead. I know the Liverpool fans are going to jump up now and say, "Oh, but Salah leading the golden blue boot race." Yeah, whatever. Salah is not playing well. Bobby Firmino is not playing well. And Liverpool has always been a team that tried to get the ball to the front three as quickly as possible and then let them figure it out. And that they have been figured out. I mean, it is what it is. Thiago could have been such a great signing if they had made complementary signings for him. You can't plug Thiago in a Liverpool heavy metal midfield and expect things to be hunky-dory. If Thiago is a player that you have to change the whole side, the dynamic of the team have to change. First of all, you need a winger that can control the ball like Mane on the right wing. Salah don't have that ability. He just doesn't. His style of football doesn't fit Thiago, and so Thiago cannot shine. And that's why Liverpool always look unbalanced to me. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mail from Liverpool fans, but it is what it is. I've been saying that for 2 years now. That front three need to be refreshed.
Come on, what is wrong with Liverpool in your opinion?
Just injuries. I mean, just injuries. And you hear me talk about Frank Lampard and man management. No, I think I have the same issue with Klopp and man management. I don't know if I would have used Shaqiri. I've always talked about, Shaqiri as a fringe player. But Shaqiri has not done anything. And in a game where you really have to take it to the other team, I don't see where the Shaqiri sub was good. I don't know. I always say that Klopp is one of those coaches that rewards players who are loyal to him. But I think he's taking it a little bit too far right now.
Yeah.
Some players need to be on the fringe, and he just needs to manage the team better, kind of fill in some gaps with some other players. But I think they're still okay. But he just needs to figure out the dynamic of because not we. I'm sorry, I'm not a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
They still can't just rely on the front three.
Front three only.
It's like teams have figured it out already. Firmino, Mane, and Salah, they're not the biggest threat as they were before. I mean, the teams are taking it to them. So with the injuries around the back to the other injuries, I think Klopp just needs to manage his team a little bit better.
So on this goal, on the Foden goal, Foden scored a wonderful goal. Are you guys perplexed that there were 3 players in the vicinity of Foden and he was allowed to take that shot? Robertson was there, Henderson was there, Mane was dropping back. You guys perplexed that he was given so much space to do that?
No. You know why?
Yeah.
You know why? And I'm not arguing with the Liverpool fan that lives in the house.
Yeah.
But players are afraid to challenge in the box.
Okay.
I mean, I as a player myself, well, not a player myself.
As a former player.
As a person who watches football,
yeah,
the box has become like a sacred area where you're not supposed to challenge for the ball. Your hand can't be anywhere. I mean, like, I cannot see a player defending with their hands down to that. You can't jump like that. It's natural. And they take away the smartness out of football when, like, every handball is in the boxes is you have to use common sense as it pertains to penalties in the box. It's just ridiculous now. So a player can use, like an attacking player can use them foot and wrap on a defending player and draw a penalty. So I understand when players are a little bit more reserved when it comes to challenging the box. And the referees are not even uniform in their decision, because even with the red card, right? With David Luiz, the red card and the total, it's like it was basically the same thing, and it's just weird. So I cannot understand when players don't want to challenge in the box.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to change whether they feel comfortable when challenging. But if you watch the games, players are really hesitant to challenge for the
To
ball.
make those
But
challenges.
I'm going to add something else to it too.
Yeah.
Remember the goal before that, because the Foden goal was the last goal, right?
Yeah.
Remember the goal before that when Allison kicked the ball to Foden. Where did Foden take the defender that time? He took him to the goal line.
Yeah, it took him down the line. Yes, yes.
And he did that twice.
Yeah.
Playing on the right wing. So the defenders now are expecting him to go down the right wing.
Also, he pushed him away from it. Okay.
Yeah, and this shows his growth. This shows his growth and his ability to read the game.
Yeah.
And it also shows that Mario not supposed to get no more.
Yeah, it shows that. In keeping with Super Bowl Sunday, Aaron Goodwin missed the penalty. He says, but he tweeted after, jokingly says, when they tell you it's hashtag Super Bowls and a field goal is worth 3 points, image of his penalty miss. Pep Guardiola said after the game, it seems like he's going to have to let Edison take the penalty kicks going forward, or alluded to something like that. Does Man City really need to address this penalty taking issue? Or is this really an issue for them?
Yeah, I mean, they do. I mean, how many penalties have they missed? 5? I mean, from
but you're scoring a bag of goals, so why you need it?
But you see, but the thing is this though. What happens when a penalty kick that you have been awarded is the difference between winning and losing?
Yes.
You want to make sure that your penalty taker is a good penalty taker. And right now, Man City really don't have, because I thought that Raheem was going to take it. And then the pool fan was like, take what?
Yes,
So it's a Raheem is a damn good penalty taker. So it's like they have to address it, because sometimes a game comes down to a penalty. Yeah. And they have to find somebody who is a really good PK taker. He can joke now,
Yeah, he can joke.
He can joke now, because if they had lost, right, or if they had dropped 2 points, he wouldn't be on Twitter joking about it.
Yes,
So he can laugh. But it is really not a good situation to be in. You have to have a good designated PK taker.
Yeah. And Gundogan has been... Yeah, go ahead, Junior.
The scary thing is this post by Gundogan is eerily similar to when Kevin De Bruyne said, we prepared for Manchester United in 10 minutes. You remember that comment that he made?
Yes, I remember after they,
The swagger is back at Manchester City. That swagger is back, and they are younger. That time with Kevin De Bruyne, they were a much older team. They are a lot younger now, where Fernandinho don't even have to play in the game today.
Yeah.
Big game, if needed.
Yeah.
So all of my fellow non-Manchester City fans out there, we need to hope and pray, Pep go back to Barcelona, because this team is here to stay for a while.
So speak to the importance of Ruben Diaz quickly. You gave him ball of the week last week, but how instrumental was him for them in this game against Liverpool?
Extremely instrumental. Yes, he gave away the penalty.
Yeah.
Yes, he had a couple bad touches. But I did see where he ran with Salah step for step. Yeah. I did see where Salah was muted out of the game. I did see where Bobby Firmino wanted nothing to do with the big of the field. I did see where Stones seems like he can be more confident with the ball dribbling up. I did see where Rodri, whom we beat early in the season, I see where Rodri sit down and read the game well, just because of that safety net behind him. And I trust me, this Man City team, barring injury, I don't think they're Champions League material, because they don't have a striker. But Premier League, they're winning Premier League for years to come.
Okay, and let's hit the Premier League table quickly. They're ahead of Manchester United 5 points. Any other big takeaway from this game against Liverpool? No, Klopp says in his post-match press conference, as long as they keep playing, he saw a lot of great things, or a lot of good things out of this game. As long as his team keeps playing, the victories will come. Mind you, Liverpool has won a game at home in 4 matches thereabout, after having that really spectacular record. Is he right? Will the victories come as soon as they start winning, if they keep playing?
Not necessarily. You can still keep playing and lose all the games where you play. I mean, as I said, they must need for shore up and come back rejuvenated. But you keep playing don't necessarily mean that you're going to win all the games that you play.
So he has to earn his salary right here, right, and try to figure. And you know, Roy Keane. Roy Keane said they are quote a bad champion, as in, you know, they're not very good at defending their title. It's one of the worst performances from a defending champion in years. I think at this stage they have 27 points less at this stage rather than compared to last year. Um, is Roy Keane correct? I mean, should Liverpool have gone out and gotten a centre back earlier on in January rather than trying to plug this hole with Fabinho and Jordan Henderson?
Of course. But I two things. Roy Keane is 100% correct. And yes, they should have went out and addressed their defensive situation. But I don't know what is going on. And when will we start questioning Liverpool's decisions? When will we start questioning Minamano? When will we start questioning Keita? When will we start questioning Shaqiri? Giving up Ryan Brewster, not locking in Genie Winana, who was probably their best player on the field today. When are we going to start questioning their front office decisions? Are we waiting till they fall to top 15?
Yeah, I thought overall the decisions have been good, but I think when you're seeing the issues now that's presenting itself, one thing with Liverpool, it doesn't seem to have very good backup or very good cover. They rely heavily on that front three, and if the front three is not firing, then it's essentially it's kind of, you know, they're not competitive at all, and that's not very good decision making. Menamina is at Southampton and on loan, and Genie Wijnaldum looked like his contract will end at the end of the season without renewing, so he might move on. So it seems like it's coming to an end for this Liverpool outfit. They've definitely been exceptional over the last few years, but it seems like the writing is on the wall in terms of trying to rebuild this outfit going forward.
And big up Starboy. Big up Starboy saying that bug of the week is Alison Becker. Bubba P saying shopkeeper. Starboy also saying another bug of the week is Mike Dean, poor refereeing. English media will never change. And he said that he told us last week that Klopp has fallen for the trap. The moment he started complaining to the media about other teams, he lost his focus. He also said, we Manchester United fans are not scared of Pep. United just need to make proper transfers come summer, and Klopp just need to shut up and coach and stop with the gimmicks. And Roy Keane was totally correct. And I'm going to add to that.
Hold on there. You mean to buy some players this summer, so that means that you guys are out of the title race, as what Ole said?
Of course.
All right, and it's a perfect segue. Let's go to Manchester United and look at the table. Manchester, Ali says they're out of the title race. Come on, is that kind of just a weak response? I mean, you're sitting second. You have what, 15 games to play? How can you be out of a title race?
Listen, he's just trying to, kind of take the pressure off him a little bit by just agreeing with people who say, they shouldn't have dropped any points in that 3-3 draw. I mean, come look at it. He's probably just trying to rile his players up. Because you are up 2-0 and you have Everton. Everton, come back, come tie with you. Although the referee, they're going a Fergie time, it was so, like, karma was so sweet. But I don't see it. Manchester United still have a chance of being the winners. I mean, they have 15 games left. How much points that? Yo, Ole, just keep yourself fire.
Man City has to lose 2 games, and Man U have to win plus 2 games over Man City over the next 15 games for Man U to win the championship. Can they do that? Or do you realistically see Man City going -2 in the last column for Manchester United? No. And the funniest thing is this. The whole media, if you guys really are being objective, I'm watching and listening. Even the Liverpool game today, oh my God, Liverpool is losing and they have lost. The title race is over. Liverpool is everybody's only competitor to Manchester City. If you guys notice it, Nobody's taking Leicester serious. Nobody's taking Man U serious. Because those two teams don't show that they can consistently win with pressure on their backs. They cannot go 15-0. They're not going 15-0. And
isn't that good? Isn't that good though for you? Everybody is underestimating Manchester United. So that's free. The pressure is not. Listen, me and you talk about this already. Now. You talked about pressure, right? I know you said your team just go out there and play free. If you're the underdog and you have no pressure, no expectation, I mean, you go out there and play free. Man City is always going to have that expectation on them, and they can't play as free as they want to play. I don't see Manchester United knocked out of this race.
So
I mean, what you want, Junior?
Come on, be honest with me. You using the word freedom and say Manchester City have to maintain the league and they're not playing free. Who looked like they were playing freer this weekend? Manchester City or Manchester United?
To me, Man City to me.
So if Man U have no pressure and can't play free, how are they in a title challenge? How are they title challengers?
Yeah, but I'm saying going forward, Junior. Because after going forward, after all they come out now and say all of them something here and whatever, him I go free, him I go say, listen, I already tried out there and say my team now go win. So let's go out there.
Lower the expectations.
Let's go exactly.
Yes,
let's go there and just play free. And that's the thing too. After when they make it Southampton the 9-0, everybody was up in arms. Total, them a title contender, everything. It was just a 3-3.
Nobody
just dropped 2 points.
No, nobody said that. Nobody
I mean,
said
some of them. Conrad Tully, big up yourself, family.
You're
Go ahead.
I'm like excited. As much as I don't want to say, when Manchester United play good free-flowing football, then play a good football. I believe, say, Liverpool in a bit of trouble, spot a bother. But I think Man U can actually run down Man City.
Come on. They have to. All right. Cavani is playing well, right? For Man U, for me personally to come out and agree with everybody that you hear and say they are title contenders, Ole will have to be ruthless for me for say that. Lindelof and Maguire should never start as defensive partners ever again in life. Cavani should be playing. Marshall should not see the field if Cavani is healthy in life. Rashford, if I look for Rashford and probably box Rashford 2 times and say, brother, you are done the fandangles. You are not Cristiano Ronaldo. He has to be ruthless. Pogba, you're going to have to lead the side from the middle of the midfield. Until Ole show that him showing some of that characteristic, but until him really go out there and prove to everybody that, yo, we're taking this thing serious, they can't win the title.
So, I mean, as it relates to Manchester United being a title contender, I think they're a title contender. You know, I was disappointed in the fact that, yes, they dropped those 2 points yesterday against Everton. There's no way that Harry Maguire should, at this stage, late stage in the game, should be playing the entire Everton team on side in the setup. But the reason why I will not say that this title race is over, because we've seen this before, right? We've seen other teams this throughout the season taking the lead, and it only take a bump in the road, and there's a lot of football left. So I think that Manchester United can contend. I'm not going to say that it's all Man City yet. They're definitely the hot flavor of the month right now, but anything can happen between now. And Manchester United just have to find a way to see these games out, especially that game like yesterday against Everton.
And that's the thing too. And that's the thing too. I mean, if you look at it, Man U score more goals than Man City, right? Even though we have a game in hand or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
The problem with Manchester United is the back. Them letting 30 goals compared to Man City's 14. So that's the problem. If they can stop that gap, if they can make sure that they scoop bang in the goals them without letting the whole flood to come through, then I see them pressuring Man City. Listen, I just think Pep will get comfortable and they're going to just do something and just change up something and give Manchester United the opportunity. Junior tried to play the game where Ole plays like a Manchester United thing. We are playing mind games, Junior. None of we now fall for that.
Yo, hold on. But we are saying for Manchester United to be title contenders, if their defense hold up, if this happen, if Mino Riola don't open him mouth over the next 15 games and take Pogba off him game, if Rashford do this, if we get a winger, if Aaron Wan-Bissaka figure out how to cross a ball good, all of these ifs, and it's one if for Manchester City. If Manchester City stop playing the way they are playing for the last how much months?
They've won 14 games in all competition, but they've also were bad in the early part of the season too, right?
Mr. Junior, if they know it was a goalpost, where I put the English. I mean, like, come on now. What ifs and it's just this is football. I keep telling you, one thing in football where really, really stick to me is that Bayern Munich and Chelsea game. It goes to show you that anything can happen in a football. Anything at all.
They don't hand out trophy in February, Junior.
Listen.
Yeah, it's like you know what? He's a fair weather man. You them to just take out the epaulet off of your shoulder.
No, when Manu was top of the table, I never celebrated it, and I'm going to say this right now. Manu have a better chance of fighting for top 4 the last week of the season than fighting for the championship.
Okay,
and that's just reality. That is just reality. They are going to be fighting for top 4 and not fighting for the championship last week of the season. Mark my words.
Okay. All right. Manchester United has fallen. Come on. The standard is lowered at the club. As now Manchester United sitting in second and fighting for top 4 according to June at the end of the season. Let's take a look at the Leicester City drop points against Wolves. I mean, Leicester City is nothing without Jamie Vardy, right? Clearly, Junior, British media is not incorrect.
Stop with the English bias, man.
It's not incorrect. Jamie Vardy is a huge influence in their attack. Killing Iheanacho and Ayoze Perez has not been able to score goals. I can't even remember the last time they scored a goal. And bottom line, goals win matches.
Leicester City is overachieving. That team is not good. They are not a top 4 team. They're not. Jamie Vardy is 500 years old. Yes, he's fast. But after that 1 year of Jamie Vardy, he's living off that hype right now. He is not that potent of a striker. I'm sorry, but let's not keep it real. I know what a potent striker look like. Jamie Vardy is not one. He's a kick and run down striker, and everybody figured it out. He does not have Mahrez beside him. He doesn't have Conte there with him anymore. He doesn't have the Japanese brother there with him anymore. All of them man, they're gone. So come on for the hype and the bias.
Come on. Please talk some sense. I mean, we know Leicester City is not a title contender. At least I accept that Leicester City because they don't have the depth, right? But right. I think, come on.
And that's true. I mean, and I don't want to agree with Junior. No time at all.
But we've gone too far with the Jamie Vardy. Is not that.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, partially. I agree with him partially. Remember, we always talk about Jamie Vardy. He's a goal scorer. Junior can say whatever he wants, right? And to me, Leicester is a one trick pony kind of team. Everything goes through Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy was 34. So the prime, he's old, even though I'm fast. And I just don't understand Leicester. How do you give away a 24-year-old player like Ademari Gray? Somebody who can be instrumental in the attack. Yeah. Ademari Gray got on Leverkusen and scored on his debut. Granted, it's like a WW team. But if you want to be a title contender, you can't rely solely on one player. And that's what Leicester is doing. It's the same thing with Liverpool. When VVD went injured, everybody started ball because the team was centered around him. The same thing with Vardy. If there's no Vardy, then there's no party.
Yeah. Keeping a quick other roundup of other games. Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea, they defeated Spurs. Is all things okay now with Chelsea? Come on. They defeated Spurs and defeated Sheffield United. in the middle.
We play two dibby teams. I mean, two
But you
dibby
can
teams we
only
play.
play who in front of you.
Yeah. But
And
we play
at
two
the end of the
dibby
day,
teams.
you still got 3 points from each of those games.
Yes.
Each of those games.
But just like West Indies, do I want to be comfortable with a one-off victory? I understand what you're saying. We got 6 points, right?
Yes.
Which is good. But Tottenham is not. I don't think those two teams are really teams that I want to kind of compare which part with it. Yes, I understand what he's doing. Like Timo Werner is a new man under him. One assist to them run up and down like him crazy. I don't understand what's going on with the Pulisic, portion.
Him not good.
I know he was coming.
Big
up to Two Rush Challenge and the entire American family that watch Ballchat. Those are the views of Junior, right?
Everybody are Chelsea haters. But I don't understand the Conte. I mean, like, you don't play the Conte with the engine. So let us see what he's doing. When he book up on a team that can really challenge him, I'll see. But hey, at least we're not losing, and at least he's playing the players in their position. So let us see how Chelsea move over fifth. So make we see how we do.
So they're moving up the table, sitting in fifth position. As it relates to Tottenham, Jose Mourinho was asked about Gareth Bale after the loss of Chelsea. He didn't give an answer. He said they don't deserve an answer. Harry Kane returned this week in the West Brom game. They won. Is this not the same Tottenham as Pochettino, where they when Harry Kane got injured, things went south, and now when Harry Kane returned, things back to normal? Is this not the same Tottenham? Didn't we saw the same thing with Pochettino? Isn't Mauricio when Mauricio Pochettino was in charge? Harry Kane picked up injuries. The wins went south. They would lose a lot of games, and they look toothless without Harry Kane now on the big coach, the special one. Should he not fix these issues?
Listen, come on, let me go first.
Come on.
Number one, Jose was right when he tell the reporter she don't deserve an answer. We don't deserve an answer. That's number one. Number two.
Why we don't deserve an answer?
Because you're not a part of the team. Why the hell you need for know?
Because the media, the reason why the fans need for know, the media, you know what, I'm sick and tired of these managers forwarding and running off their mouth. The big part of their salary and a part of this TV rights deal is going and answer questions to the media, whereas they can broadcast the program globally. Answer the stupid question, and he definitely collect his check every month or every week whenever he gets his fat check, doesn't he?
Well, you know what? If I was Jose and you retorted that way to me, I'll tell you and the fans, you know what? If you don't like what I just said, don't buy a ticket to the next match.
Well, this is why we need to fire his. I mean,
but seriously though, all fun and joke aside, he doesn't have to give that information. It would be nice for us to hear why Bale isn't playing because it's a mystery, but that is between him and Bale on the Tottenham side. What people think outside of it, it doesn't matter. Now, if Bale was to come out and say, well, I need to know why I'm not playing, they will have a different conversation. But notice, Bale has not come out and said anything. I mean, him and Jose have a conversation. Now, on the field, Heiberg is the only difference to that Tottenham side, to Pochettino's Tottenham. So why the hell are we sitting down thinking that Jose, just because you have a different chef, you may have a chicken meal and turn it in a lobster dish?
Because this is a special chef.
I just see him ingredients. The side cannot change. The side cannot change. I just see him.
Oh my God.
Tottenham.
I have not changed. I've always said that Tottenham is not a good side. I've always said it. To me, it's a two-man side. If it's not Son, it's Harry Kane. I mean, they look too. Even though them lose to Chelsea still, they were toothless. Them not ready. Even though them win today, I mean, it's not a good side. Now, I don't care what Josie want, the way he wants sprinkling it and whatever. But I am just curious about this Bale thing. Why bring him? I mean, like, is he what? Is it the personal? Is it He's not coming to training. He's not training. I mean, it has to be something because you need that kind of pace. You need
What
he's
pace?
good in
Come
the box.
on. The pace
Oh no,
gone.
no, but Gareth Bale, no, Gareth Bale is not slow. But the
No,
pace
we
is
know he's
there.
not slow. The pace is just not there as it used to before. You know, see, man, just a bench warmer.
When have
But
you
maybe
last seen Gareth
listen,
Bale run?
if he's not, maybe Gareth Bale is not even interested in playing football anymore. I
Exactly.
don't know. I'm just taking a free. I don't know. It's mind-boggling because you have the most expensive player in your squad on the bench when your team clearly needs help. They're not in first place. They're not in top three. I mean, like you clearly need the
They're
help.
not even
So
top
why is that
six.
Gareth Bale on the bench?
They're not even top six. You were saying, Junior.
When have you last seen him run? Come on.
That's a
The
good.
last time him play.
Last year.
Not the game when them lose. No, when them lose versus Chelsea, he played. He was quick, but Timo Werner was quicker.
You know, speaking of Chelsea and Tottenham and Tottenham won and lost that game, but it's imperative for Jose Mourinho and Tottenham to win something this year, right? They're in the League Cup final against Man City. They have to win a trophy, right?
With it. They
What am I gonna beat?
They got
Unless Man City use them. Unless Man City use them U23 team.
So
Who
they
top
have to
them
win
by?
something, and the reason why I'm saying that they have to win something is to essentially try to keep the core, the Suns and the Hurricanes of this world in that team, right? Because ultimately in the summer transfer window,
Why?
Son look like him want to leave gonna away. Harry Kane look like him want to leave gonna away.
No.
Harry Kane is the
so these
second
players don't want to win
all-time
trophy. Come on.
No, Harry Kane is the second all-time leading goal scorer for Tottenham. That is an accomplishment. Him going to stay there when him go be go pass the guy with what 60 more goals.
What?
Listen. Harry Kane is going to get a statue made of him at Spurs Stadium. Him
Okay.
no one go nowhere.
But that's only that though. Probably with Jose want them to leave because they have never kissed a trophy or held it up. Ever. So what is your value? Like seriously, why? Like why not cash out and bring in some players that can probably change a lot?
Yeah, change the dynamics of the team. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go out on limb and say this right now. Tottenham is going to lose to Man City next week in the league, and they are going to win the FA Cup.
Oh, so Tottenham is gonna win the FA Cup but lose
to City next
lose
week.
to Man City.
Josie don't want no chimney.
All right.
Okay. I think Tottenham.
And I also found this, and it was interesting that Raheem Sterling has become the third player to score 100 or more goals under Pep. The other two are Sergio Aguero and Messi. And still, the pool fan in my house that come from Marvel is still say Raheem Sterling no good.
I mean, that was a very good accomplishment. Yes, definitely. And by Raheem scoring 100 goals, very good accomplishment. He's in good company. And Tottenham will play Everton in the FA Cup. So, Junior, let's see how they go about it. Speaking of managers that are under pressure, as we move away from football in England, Zinedine Zidane.
Do you know what you're saying?
Go ahead.
Who City they were playing? Tottenham.
Huh?
I thought Tottenham was going to play City in the FA Cup.
No, they played Everton in the FA Cup. They play City in the EPL next weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but is it the Carling Cup? I thought that's
Yeah, they play City in the League Cup final and in April or March, late March.
Jose will win that one.
Okay. Yes, in the League Cup final they play Man City in the League Cup.
That is if Harry Kane is not injured.
Yeah, that is very important. But I think they need to win either that or the Europa League. They need to win something.
Man, you are winning the Europa League. Go easy.
Okay, easy. Speaking of managers that are under pressure, Zinedine Zidane had a testy press conference with the Spanish media. Zidane said, "Put some respect on it, football family." He said all he heard in lockdown was that he's gonna be sacked. Come on, Junior, is Zinedine Zidane losing it at Madrid? His team defeated West 2-1. Your thoughts? Come on.
what is he losing? I mean, they had what, 6 players on the bench. They have a depleted squad, and he still goes out there and he still wins. I mean, when I rang him, put some respect on Zidane name for real. I mean, he's what, third?
No,
He'll be
but
okay.
the thing is that the media, the Spanish, the Madrid media has a huge influence on what transpired at Madrid. So Zidane being very tested with the Spanish media, maybe his goose is already cooked and he's gonna see out the season. And Julian Nagelsmann is gonna come into Madrid next year. I don't know, but the fact that the usually mild-mannered Zinedine Zidane went off in that press conference about all he heard while he was in lockdown under COVID isolation was that he was going to get fired. It's not like the team is playing well. They barely won against West Ham.
Yeah, but Benton, I mean, Zidane is human. I mean, like, if you keep asking him stupid questions, of course he's going to lose his cool. I mean, like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to do? You know, he is working with what he has. And I don't see him leaving. I really don't see him leaving. Even if them lose the title this year, I don't see them cutting him.
Junior, your thoughts on Zidane losing it at this week's presser?
This is why I rate Jose Mourinho, because if Zidane had just taken a page out of his predecessor book, good question, but you don't deserve an answer. We have a different conversation right
Well, Zidane did say to the journalist, why are you asking me really this idiotic question?
But that is the problem. Jose left you in a shroud of mystery. Like, what is he thinking about? Where is Jose going? But it never ended up with is Jose losing it.
Yeah.
He's showing emotion. Jose is not showing any emotion.
Yeah.
Jose, you're the boss.
Yeah. Come on, quickly in La Liga, your Barcelona team won. Are things good with them now?
They barely won. Stop it. I mean, yeah, nitpick at me. I mean, I don't like it. We were struggling against Betis. Betis ball we. It made me like completely balled us. And it took us, what was it? Like in the 87th minute to score the winner, who win 3-2. I mean, come on now. I don't know. I don't talk about Zidane out. It's Coleman out for me.
No, Coleman can't be out. Come on, I think you should do like the Manchester United fans and lower the expectation at Barcelona.
Yeah, you know what? That might be what I have to do, because I really don't see them overtaking Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid is definitely going. Junior, in quick hits, we want to get your thoughts on this. AVB is out at Marseille. I mean, AVB, I mean, is this it for him? You think he'll get another coaching job somewhere? Former Spurs manager, former Chelsea manager. He had a major disagreement with the club about a player, and the team has won one game in the last 9. Is this it for him at a major club? He always seems to find a way back to these major clubs.
There is a lot of major clubs in the world, you know, and not a lot of licensed managers. He's going to find another spot. He just will. David Moyes is still.
Trust me, don't be surprised. Somewhere in the Premier League. I mean, he has been here before. They know him. I mean, and I like it. I like the principle stand that he took.
What principle stand? Come on.
The man said him don't want a particular player. He's the coach. But I think the board. Listen, what of AVB?
Yes.
AVB says they're bringing in a player that he says he does not want.
That's fine.
But he's the coach.
But you have won one game out of the last 9 games that you've played. The team is garbage. You can't even figure it out.
Yes, yeah, but fire him on that. Fire him on not perform. It reminded me of when them says police coming to Chelsea, and Surrey was like, who is that? I mean, if you're a coach and a player is foisted upon you, it's ridiculous. Listen, to me, I think the boardroom needs to stay out of the coaching process. Simple. They have to. The only thing, if you're a player, if you're a coach and the scouts, right, they have to fill the needs on the team. You in the boardroom can't say you're going to bring in a player because what? You watch 2 tapes. If the coach says he's not a right fit, if you're going to fire AVB, fire him on the fact that the team is not performing. But if the man says him don't want a particular player and you're going to say you have to take this player, you have to coach him. I don't blame him. I don't leave to.
Well, take it as an indication that you won't be you won't be there long because we're hiring players that you don't want.
Yeah, and then he's going to find a club where the system fits him.
Them don't have the next coach
line up.
come in and say, you know, I want that ball up on my side.
Yes. And the word is that Jorge Sampaoli, former Argentina national coach, is in line. But like you said, Junior, AVB will find another club.
You guys remember when he was heralded as the next special one?
As the next special one. What a man for fine work.
Yo, big up Starboy. Starboy says Zidane was the luckiest manager in Madrid history. He had a hungry Ronaldo who helped him to win 3 straight Champions League titles. Zidane did nothing special. Big up to John Williams, Austin, and Flo. Do you support Stoke? And also Iraq Entertainment, big up saying, up, back again, Chelsea. Why the Chelsea faithful a roll out?
Yeah, so Iraq saying Chelsea up. I mean, Chelsea's back. I was getting worried about Iraq for a while in that period when Chelsea was losing.
Man, have to take a break, man, and catch up back in stomach.
All right, and so that's it from our major football roundup in Europe. Let's try to hit some other news before we go to Yard Ballers and Women's Football Report. The FIFA Club World Cup. Are you guys paying attention to this? Is it time to scrap this tournament?
Nobody watching it.
Nobody watches this, right? But Junior, is it time for FIFA to get rid of this FIFA Club World Cup?
No.
What's the importance of it?
It's free scouting.
Well, man.
Hey, but did you watch the game though? It was like a farmers league hacking up for players. Kick down, boot the ball around. You know what? That remind me of Premier League. Jamaican Premier League. But we want to give a big shout out to Tigres UNL for making it to the final, the first CONCACAF team to make it to the final. But it's usually perennially won by clubs out of Europe, right? Bayern Munich will play tomorrow. But the quality needs to be improved. I mean, the quality was terrible. They played against Palmeiras, I think it was, and they had no game plan. It was kick down the man where have the ball. It was a good football.
Yeah, they defeated Palmeiras of Brazil to make it to the final. Bayern Munich will play Al Hilal in the other semi-final tomorrow. One would envision that Bayern Munich is probably eventually going to win the title, right?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yes, them winning the title. Even if them travel 3 hours before the game start, they're winning the title.
Yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. It's not even.
I stay up on the plane for 10 hours.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to Women's Football Report as we wrap up. Before we go to Yard Ballers, Kadish Fishley is supposed to be joining us for Women's Football Report. Kadish, how you doing, family?
I'm good. How are you? Well, no, I'm lying. I'm not good. It's a bittersweet day, you know. The women lost, but the men won, so.
Which woman?
Chelsea.
There's only one. This is an objective reporter or bias reporter.
Yeah, it is objective, but, you know, I needed to have my little feelings at the beginning before I get into it.
Yeah. So, Women's Football Report, Chelsea is now tied with Manchester United at the top of the Women's Super League, right?
Right, yes, but we have the better, but Chelsea, being unbiased, has the better goal difference. So, and a game in hand. So, they just need to bounce back and play better.
Okay. What else what are major news coming out of women's football this week?
Well, it was a surprising weekend to be fair, because all 3 teams in the top 3 of the WSL lost. Chelsea lost to Brighton, Arsenal lost to Manchester City, and Manchester United lost to Reading. And the Chelsea result was very surprising, especially the nature of how both teams lost.
So Man City lost to Arsenal, huh?
No, Man City beat Arsenal.
Okay.
Right, so Arsenal has now dropped out of the top 3 into the 4th position, which is something they're used to, I guess. And
Big up to the Arsenal family. We don't even want to discuss that with Arsenal.
right, and with that, because there are now 3 places in the Women's Champions League, they're out of a Champions League place. So it will be interesting to see how they bounce back.
Okay.
Speaking of Arsenal, though, I should say that there are whispers of 2 of their best players, Vivian Miedema and Leah Williamson, moving to Lyon, and fuel is added to the fire as Williamson has not yet committed her future to Arsenal. So that will be interesting to see how that goes over the course of the season. Well, Chelsea is still on top, as I've said. Barca is on top after making up a few of their games in hand. And PSG, which is still surprising to many, is still leading Lyon by 1 point. And just to keep track of our own, Alison Swaby, I've been watching Alison Swaby's Roma for the last few weeks, and they're currently on a 3-game unbeaten run and currently sitting 5th. So far, those are the most important points going on in women's football right now.
So I guess the Arsenal ladies are moving on, or potentially moving on to Lyon because they want to win something, right?
Right. That's what's happening. And to me, that is surprising because Arsenal has consistently been fighting for silverware, but it's not been the same this season. They've been out of the League Cup since early last year. They're not in the Champions League this year. I don't know what's going to happen with the FA Cup because that has been paused due to lockdown. And they are effectively out of the running for the league. So I don't know what's happening at Arsenal.
Okay. And still no news on my big baller Rose Lavelle.
I can't remember if she played today, but she and Sam Morris recently returned from a few games with the US. So I think it may be another week or so before we get to see Roosevelt and Sam Morris playing.
All right, respect.
But for the US fans, Abidal Kemper has successfully integrated with the Manchester City team and has played a few good games so far.
Okay. All right, family. Thank you so much. Stay safe and good luck to you Chelsea ladies, all right?
All right, thank you. Bye, guys.
Bless up, family. All right, now to Yard Ballers, highlighting Jamaican players playing their trade overseas. Leon Bailey was on the score sheet. Come on.
Yeah, so Leon Bailey had a goal and 1 assist in Leverkusen's 5-2 victory versus Stuttgart. Hopefully he can talk to Damari Gray and see if he can bring him over to the JFF side.
So wait, so Damari never played for England at all?
I think he played for, and I don't think he's capped.
Okay.
I don't think Damari Gray was capped.
Rope him in. We need to expand the pool.
Yeah. Then Romario Williams scored for his team in a 4-0 victory in the Egyptian Premier League. So Romario, he has hit the ground running. The government of Jamaica, they have given the go-ahead for the resumption of sporting activities, but it will be on a case-by-case basis. So Babsy is saying that no spectators will be allowed at official competitions or training sessions. I want to see if they're going to need a JDF to kind of implement that rule because, Mr. Man scale the wall for free events. So I don't know how they're going to keep out fans from the competitions or even training. So she's also saying that the equipment will be regularly cleaned and that they'll be taking attempts of players and coaches kind of to keep the competition going. So, that's like a step forward, but we're not sure. It was really, really funny when the Ministry of Health had to send a notice to shut down a JFF camp. One thing I found interesting in the memo was that Minister Grain said she was concerned about the training camp, especially in light of confirmed COVID-19 cases among players. So, what players, Babsy, have COVID? Are they in camp? I mean, Premier League players who have, because I don't think the JFF is that careless to have players in camp that are COVID-19 positive. So that was kind of something that jumped out at the memo, whatever, to me. So that was kind of weird. So also, what I found from the memo was that the application, because everybody who wants to have a sporting event will have to apply for a permit. It was kind of weird that the application from the JFF was made on February 4th for a camp that went ahead on the 6th. So it was like between the 4th and the 6th, them sending the application. So Babsy and Tufton said that now go work and shut down the camp. So JFF in a little bit of pickle. As Cady said, Alison Swaby and AS Roma, they're now in top 4 of the Serie A after a 4-0 win versus Bari. So, Alice is really making good moves. She played good football, a lot of minutes, so she's really, doing well. Ravel Morrissey is still without a club. I thought he was going to go to Turkey. Turkey, was it? So I don't know how that up and out. The transfer window closed, so we don't know. O'Neill Fisher is still without a club. His last club was DC United. Let us see if MLS is going to, our team is going to pick up O'Neill because he's a very good defender. So also with the Jamaica Premier League, Burger King and True Shake is now the latest sponsors. Chris is saying that they're one step closer to the JPL restart. They're finalizing their request for match days, in light of the government's approval to start. And I also wanted to say, I saw an interesting thing about with the expansion of the Scotiabank CONCACAF League and a new Caribbean Cup on the horizon, regional club football is set for a makeover. And it kind of led me back to what Junior was saying last week, was like something in the same vein of that. So it says, on Thursday, the Confederation announced an upscaling of its professional club platform, changes that will be so far-reaching, North America, Central America, and the Caribbean, and these areas will benefit. They're saying each region will have its own competition, inclusive of the Caribbean and Central American Cups, and that would be linked to the CONCACAF flagship competition, the Champions League. So from 2023 going onwards, they'll have a regionalized group stage, and which is a part of a major revamp, and that will boost club football across the Confederation. So that's kind of good, and that would be very good. So you can see that we have created a Caribbean Cup that will be managed by the CFU. So hopefully Jamaica will benefit from that.
Keep my idea.
Are you teeth for them idea?
No.
Mm-hmm. So the same thing that you were saying. So football across the region will actually benefit from this if they actually implement it.
Yeah.
So that's my football roundup for the week.
Okay. Yeah, I was waiting to see if you were finished. But yes, there's a plan to expand football, or at least club football, as they try to revamp or make over the landscape of football in CONCACAF and the Caribbean. Quickly, before we exit for the evening, the MLS. Quickly, as the MLS and the MLS Players Union come to an agreement, come on, Junior.
They did. I mean, they did. And it's a hot mess.
Okay.
So the players, I think they're still yet to agree, but they're still working on trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and to kind of give a backdrop, the current collective bargaining agreement, there was a clause that the owners triggered to renegotiate the current collective bargaining agreement. They wanted to extend the collective bargaining agreement for another year. The players made a counter proposal. They had until February 5th to come to an agreement, and we will see some different stipulation. The players requested different things. So I know one of the biggest things that the players were asking for in that agreement, was that they wanted to make free agency at the age of 23, after 3-4 years in the league, wanted to allow players to have free agency rather than the current setup of being allowed to be a free agent at 24 years old. Is that something, do you know if that was agreed to?
I don't know if that was agreed to. I think they're still working because nobody liked that proposal. It's really dumb, just to say. So I think they're still working on that portion. But what they're setting forward, it makes no sense. It does not help the players one bit. It helps the owners. And I think it is good that the players are actually coming together to say that this does not work for me.
Yeah. Junior, you have any
And
info on the?
and
Yeah,
before we
go ahead.
go, so David Nicholson is saying that there's a guy named Ivan Tooney. He has 22 goals in 27 games and 7 assists in the championship, monitored by Arsenal. I forgot what club he is, but I know is it Swansea? But I know I've watched him, and I know the JFF has been watching him as well. To David, so I think he's still in the scope. If monitored by Arsenal, why would he want to do that to himself and go to Arsenal?
Why so? So
And
what?
then also he's saying that there's another guy named Isaac Hayden of Newcastle who's waiting for the JFF to contact him and talk to him about how important he would be. He has also started, Brentford, thank you. Ivan Toon is at Brentford. And he has also started to get his paperwork. Listen, JFF, don't listen to us. But I will definitely send the information because trust me, I mean, World Cup's coming up with all these new competitions that Jamaica will be playing in. They're going to need all the help that they can get. And you're right, Ivan Tooney is on fire.
So then, why would they still be scouting him? Why would they still be taking notice? I mean, why don't they just make the connection and
Arsenal?
execute and make a move on it?
Who, Arsenal?
The JFF. Why?
He's talking about the JFF here. I mean, maybe he is. Simon Preston says he's very excited to play for us. Well, that may be true. But you know, Simon has a network in JFL, so if Simon is watching Ivan, JFF is also watching him as well.
So then,
I think
Simon, why is it taking so long for them to make a move and secure his services?
But he says he has started his paperwork.
Okay.
So once he gets his paperwork, I think he will definitely. I think he'll be a part of, because there's no reason for JFF not to call him in with 22 goals in 27 games and 7 assists. That's what Jamaica needs.
Come on,
Yes,
Benton.
Yeah.
You're asking a guy who is in the prime of his life right now to make a decision to play for a country that when his representatives go and look at the JamaicaGleaner.com and see that the federation that he is thinking about going to play for, they are being told to shut down their training camp. And this guy is in the prime of his life. You don't think him of an auntie or a great grandmother who might have Scottish roots or who have sister roots.
Well, thank you for bringing bad news, Junior.
No, but that's the reality. The reason why JFF can't lock him down is because he's trying to make sure this is his best option. Let's be honest.
Yes, you are. Definitely.
That may be right. That may be true. But I think Jamaica was thinking of having a camp in England. So maybe he'll be invited. And it's true. People weigh their options, and you can't blame them. You want to represent somewhere that values you. So, we shall see. There's no reason why JFF. So Rolando Aarons, was he capped? Was he caught? Because I know JFF was interested, and he said he was waiting on an England call up. So I'm not sure. I have to go double check. But the JFF really needs to up them game when it comes to scouting, because we have the players out there who can make the reggae boys.
And is Isaac Hayden? I know we're getting ready to do our Super Bowl prediction. Well, it's Isaac Hayden of Newcastle, a legitimate interest. Is he legitimately interested in representing the reggae boys, as far as you guys heard?
I don't know. I've not heard that. I know about Ivan Tooney, but as I said, if he's playing and he has opportunity to play somewhere else, he will. It's going to be really interesting to see. But as I said, the JFF need to improve their scouting, and invite all the players, make them pay for them own way for come at camp.
Yes, ramp up. This is big business time now. Quickly before we go to predict our Super Bowl, make our Super Bowl predictions for the day. Junior, come on quickly. I want to get your thoughts on the Soca Warriors quickly. Is Terry Fenwick really the man for this job in Trinidad and Tobago? You guys saw
Let
the
me go
game last
first. Let
week.
me go first. I only have 1 minute to tell you.
Yeah.
I believe he is. I
Why?
mean, yes. No, no. Listen. Yes, we are getting too much money, but that's not his fault. The TNT could have said no. But what I am saying is, people are killing him about the game versus USA,
USA, yeah.
and him actually makes sense. Him say it's a way him say, and I was reading his article. He says, "I apologize for taking the game and the gamble, but we need to recognize where we are." He says his local players have been playing in Trinidad and dominating people who are not playing football. So he wanted to see where his team is. And I think they play Guyana or St. Vincent or somebody else. They got the money for the friendly from the US, and he got to see the players who are based in the US because he has not seen them before. And I don't blame him on 7-0, to be honest, for a team that has not trained. The players don't play together. I think 7-0 versus world-class beta, and I said that loosely, USA was a good benchmark. I think Fenwick, he has ideas, and who trained that one for coach them? Somebody there, and I think he needs the opportunity to move TNT forward. If you want to talk about his salary, that is completely different.
So
but I think taking this game is good.
So here's the issue I have. He posted on. I'm gonna let you chime in quickly, Junior. I know we're pushing up against the clock. He posted on Facebook or on social media that his team defeated Club Sando 5-0, and it was a solid performance. Okay. When come to find out, Angus Eve, one of the person involved with Club Sando, said we did not play them. Some of our pickup players, some of our players who are affiliated with our club may have played them in a pickup game, and he said he was there. He saw Terry Fenwick refereeing the game. It was like a pickup match. So when he's promoting such victories as solid win, then is this the guy that you really want to take serious to really manage your team?
But did they win or not? Did they win? It was the,
yeah,
listen.
But he's saying that they played. He said that they played a club team when they did not play a club team. They played a pickup side.
Listen? I see the back and forth. I see the back and forth, and I think it is nasty and distasteful. And I think the coach and whoever in the TNT football who really want this man out need to take it offline and work inside.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, but he's the coach of the national team. They hired this man. They're paying this man. If they're going to use the 7-0 as a benchmark, that is ridiculous. You know what I saw that I didn't agree with the other guy that you were saying, talking about that Fenwick is lying.
Yeah.
He is trying to push a player who is playing in the third tier in the USA,
yes,
who is portly, who is waistline, that's what I saw in the article, was a little bit big. So he's pushing this big player, that big as in big like stature, I'm talking in size, who plays in the third tier. He's even questioning Fenwick's decision on who he must pick as captain.
Yeah.
When I see these things, I just think it is something that they have to figure out. I didn't see Fenwick's tactics as crazy. He wasn't off the chain. They're talking about he was playing high press. I mean, what is it? Give the man some time. Make him have him team. Make them bond. Make them gel. And when they play against Minos like Jamaica.
Okay.
Yes. When he play against the Caribbean teams like Guyana or whatever, then you can judge him on that. If he gets 7 from a Curacao, Cayman or whatever, then you can talk. But this man has some of them players are massive for the first time.
Yeah, but he had a group of players that he was working with since July, and
but Benton, he also said that they were not up to scruff.
Yeah, but
listen. But we can be unfair or we want to be unfair. He has to work with the players that him have. Their problem is that he's not picking from the local crop.
Yeah.
If this man don't see 11 good enough players, then he's mixing it. If he never call the people who play in USL Championship, then they would have a problem. If he had taken an entire local squad, I just think they don't have a problem with the setup or whatever. I think they have a problem with him. And that's what I'm getting from the
Okay,
article.
okay. So
Again,
and you might be right. You might be right. I definitely only thing I saw with that team is that he played a high press. He said he played players that he's seen for the first time. To me, that is just nonsense. Junior, your thoughts on this Terry Fenwick and TNT and Soca Warriors mess?
Hold a second. Who's that nonsense if Sarri saw Christian Pulisic for the first time at training?
Well, that's also is nonsense. Both of them is nonsense.
What ball are you talking about to come on?
Go ahead, Junior.
No, Benton, they have a problem with Fenwick.
Yes, they do. I think they do. I think there is genuine. There is. Yes.
If the man said the player in USL not USL, in US third tier who is fat was not selected, I don't see why these other people are saying that he should have selected.
But the captain, Chubby, too, come on. You saw the captain last week, the number 4.
And Chubby, but look at it. Remember when Schaefer said Jacomina was fat and the entire Jamaica was in an uproar, and guess what? Him carry fat Jacomina and we get 7 from France.
Well,
so
that's why.
Okay, so do we want honest feedback from the coach, or do we want him to play politics and don't? I mean, I think it is stupid.
I agree. There seems to be a segment in TNT that's trying to get Fenwick out, but Trinidad get ready to play World Cup qualifiers in March. They start off against Puerto Rico, which they should beat. Junior, go ahead. Your thoughts.
TNT football is just toxic right now, and the fans and people just don't trust them. I mean, this is what happened when FIFA come in, create uproar, kick over the ants nest, and then there's no continuity there. Who the hell thought Trinidad was going to compete against America? When was the last time Trinidad played a meaningful football game? I go up against America that has played all of these competitive games. What the hell was expected? I told them last week, they might get them head bust off.
All right, Junior.
Junior, but to be fair, those 7 never too bad, because we just say 15 or 16. So in our way, they kind of held their own. To be honest, but remember, they also got paid to do it. So maybe it was a money-making tour as well.
Right.
They have to cover Fenwick's salary.
Yo, you know what, though? You know what? David Nicholson, I like your comment when you make on Flow Sports. And these comments are just from Junior and not from everybody else. It's not a representation of Ballchat Podcast. It's only from me alone. Listen, my brother. We can't just get up and say, oh, GFF know about this player. It doesn't work like that, big man. These players are going to make a decision. GFF cannot force a player to come and play for Jamaica, or just because a player have heritage, Jamaican heritage, they are going to clean it up in the media. Come on, I will go out and say it for you. They will clean it up in the media. I will say it. They will clean up in the media, but a lot of these players will look at JFF and tell them straight up, I'm not playing for the idiot side. They will say it. So, yes, you might see a baller. Yeah, trust me, people are recommending players to the JFF. The JFF are sitting down, combing Wikipedia as soon as a baller were black. I have a Jamaican type. You know what Delroy them say in England, and them go put your Wikipedia and say, wait,
Delroy is a Jamaican name.
I will say, come on, you know them do that. GFF do that. We sit down and we talk about GFF. They are doing it. Let's be fair and let's be honest. These players who live in England and them sit down and their teammates are flying to Portugal, flying to Spain, flying to South America to play international games. They want to fly to those countries too. They don't want to fly to Jamaica. The reality is Jamaica is a last resort for a lot of these big name players. Let's just be honest.
Exactly. All right, Super Bowl prediction, family, before we head home. Junior, who you got? Kansas City versus Tampa Bay.
Damn, man. Yo.
Super Bowl prediction. Come on, who you got? We got to go.
Come on.
I only watch the real football.
Okay.
I mean I don't rugby is not my thing. Or handball is not my thing. But I do not like Tom Brady, none at all. So Patrick is I'm giving
So
it to
she's
the
going with
Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I like Andy Reid from Eagles days. So I'm going to go with Andy.
So you're a Tom Brady hater. Junior, who do you have?
No, I'm a Democrat.
I am a die-hard Eagles fan. I love Big Red Andy Reid. Love him. Pause. I rate Andy Reid. But him son will have the accident this week. It just feel like a bad omen. Tom Brady playing at home. Him have something against the Patriots. Him want to prove to Bill Belichick so he can do it without him. Yo, Tampa Bay winning 45-42.
He's even giving us a score. I think Tampa Bay is going to win also. That's my prediction.
I gave it forward for the show, man.
Yes.
Yeah, because why forward for the show, we'll have a conversation about this Jamaica thing. Probably next week or the week after. We get in contact.
All right, football family. Go ahead, come on.
And that's okay, David. If and for Junior, I'm not pay Junior no mind because we have this conversation in house. But that's okay if Jamaica is the last resort. They can come in and help Jamaica to qualify for the World Cup. So the whole of we can run up and down in our jersey. So I'm okay with that.
Yes, we need all hands on deck, as many players as we can. Super Bowl Sunday edition, Ballchat family. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Come on, have what? Tampa Bay or Kansas City? And Junior have Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady, boo!
Come on, doesn't like Tampa Bay. Football family, you can connect with us on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast, on Twitter Ballchat1. We're on Facebook at Ballchat. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Yo, we're gone on the road now, family. Look more.
Later. David, we for link